This is the video presentation for my individual assignments, and the topics for my essay is the factors influencing demand for money in Pakistan. So the first part is gonna be the introduction. This report presents a detailed analysis of the concept of demand for money at the country level. And I used two research studies from the Scorpius Index General Lists, Pakistan Development Review and Global Business Review. The two key sources which are found relevant on the topics of demand of money in Pakistan at the country levels are: the first one is Kahan AH 1980s, the demand for money in Pakistan. Some further results: the Pakistan Development Review 1901, and the second one is Muhammad A 2017, Financial Development and Money Demand Function, Congeneration, Consonancy, and Variance Deposition Analysis for Pakistan, Global Business Review. The comparison of the articles. Well, the first one, Kahan's 1980s, examined the demand for money in Pakistan, covering the years from 1959 to 60 to 1977 and 78. The independent variables in these studies are incomes and the interest rate on the time deposit and the inflation rates. On the other hand, the study by Muhammad 2017 focused on investigating the demand for money function using financial development and the exchange rates in Pakistan. This shows that the two studies associated the changes in demand for money against two different microeconomic factors, which are GDP, inflation rate, and the exchange rate in Alan Ali 2008, while Muhammad 2017 focused on the industrial production, financial development, income, and the exchange rate. The problem formation for the study by Kahan 1980s is motivated by a lack of available past study examining the demand for money in Pakistan. The researchers' findings confirmed that most of the studies focus on the specific countries, especially developed economics. Muhammad 27s are extending such a study to capture some of the additional microeconomic factors like industrial production, financial development, income, and exchange rate, which has not been captured in previous studies. And the methodology used from these articles, both studies are conducted specifically on Pakistan, so time series data is used. However, the time series data capture different periods. The article from Kahan 1980s captured time series data from 1959 to 60 to 1977 to 78, while Muhammad used only time series data covering 41 years. Muhammad used only time series data covering 41 years and the deductive research approach in both studies. And the Kahan 1980s is annual micro-level economic data collected from the WDI. And this article used data from the State Bank of Pakistan and IFS. The article from Kahan 1980s used FGSL, and Muhammad used multi-analysis techniques, including VECM and ADF. And for the findings, the study by Kahan 1980 established evidence consistent with peer literature that showed that the inflation rates are the most crucial factor influencing demand for money in Pakistan, besides the income level and the interest rate. The results obtained in the study by Muhammad 2017 showed a long-run relationships between the demand for money, income, industrial productivity, financial development, and the exchange rate. The empirical analysis that I do is multiplied from Muhammad 2017 And the method I used in this study imitated what was done in the study by Muhammad 2017. And I used data starting from 1960 to 2019. This aimed to address the limitation of the limited period of years of which the initial study by Muhammad 2017 covered 41 years. The key measures captured in this study included demand for money, industrial productivity, exchange rate, income, and inflation rates. And I used the ADRL model in testing the relationships for this data. And the summary results of the country, the number of the periods for complete data, and the average of the key data variables are presented in the table below. And the empirical test model is presented as follows, where the beta 0 represents the y-intercept, and the sigma it represents the error term in the model, and I represent the countries, and t represent the year of study. And use the ADRL model in testing the relationships. The model test function in this study are based on eView empirical analysis software. And as we can see, the result for the intermediate ADF test results and the intermediate Philippine parent test results are as follows. And the result shows that the variable of money demand and the exchange rates are non-stationary. And for the final ADRL model result put out, and we can see the R squared is 0.985715 and the adjusted R squared is 0.980359. So the model tests statics starting with the coefficient of the determination show that the model has a very strong productivity power at more than 98%, and the coefficient of the F statics also confirm these findings. The results show that the first and second legs of the demand for money influence the demand for money in Pakistan. So as a final conclusion, economic productivity has a strong positive influence on the demand for money, inflation has a significant positive influence on the demand for money, and exchange rates have a significant negative influence on the demand for money. And the first leg of income hurts the demand for money, while the second leg positively impacts the demand for money. And the findings of this research agree with those of the article from Kahan 1980s and Muhammad from 2017. The findings of the studies that agree that the economic performance measured by the GDP has a strong positive influence on the demand for money in transition economics, and the exchange rates have a negative moderating effect. And here is the reference that we used to do the study. Thank you for watching.